We are excited for the Friends of Cancer Research annual meeting on November 12th. One topic we'll be discussing is enhancing post marketing studies with pragmatism. The design of prospective clinical trials falls on a spectrum. Traditional explanatory trials, often structured as randomized controlled trials, necessitate standardized patient selection, specific assessments and monitoring intervals, and significant follow up to generate robust data for safety and efficacy assessments to inform regulatory decision making. However, this can burden trial participants, investigators, and trial sites, which can limit the willingness of participants and trial sites to participate and may impact the representativeness of the trial population and reduce the generalizability and applicability of clinical trial results to the intended use population. Alternatively, incorporating pragmatic clinical trial elements provides an opportunity to enable operational efficiencies and enhance the generalizability of data in clinical trials. Pragmatic clinical trials are typically more reflective of routine clinical practice, with trial populations more similar to the intended use population and are less burdensome for sites, investigators, sponsors, and patients. Last year, Friends brought together experts to find opportunities to leverage trials with pragmatic elements and develop considerations for incorporating these pragmatic elements, culminating in a white paper proposing strategies and recommendations to support incorporating pragmatic elements in study designs to enhance oncology randomized clinical trials. This year, Friends assembled a new working group of experts, including members from the FDA, NCI, drug developers, patient advocates, health technology data experts, and academic clinicians to build on this foundation and operationalize concepts from the 2023 white paper. Our objective this year was to identify specific research questions within a defined point in the life cycle of drug development to discuss the benefits and risks of incorporating pragmatic elements into clinical trials. The group focused on the post market setting where more is known about a drug's safety and efficacy, allowing flexibility for incorporation of pragmatic elements. The group identified three specific scenarios to focus on. Firstly, conducting a clinical trial in a specific patient population to further characterize its safety and efficacy, focusing on racial or ethnic subgroups that were underrepresented in the pivotal trial. Secondly, conducting a clinical trial to further characterize a specific adverse event or toxicity and its management, focusing on adverse events that may be chronic or cumulative. And lastly, conducting a clinical trial in an expanded patient population to characterize the safety and efficacy of the treatment, focusing here on a biomarker selected population outside of the biomarker cutoff of the initial indication. At the annual meeting, we'll review the group's findings on these case studies to inform incorporation of specific individual pragmatic elements into clinical trials in the post market setting and discuss considerations for their incorporation and the impact of this on burden as well as risk for patients, investigators, and sponsors. Please use the QR code on the top right to register for the meeting, and we look forward to a lively discussion.